Hi, my name's Matthew Sly, and I'm the captain of String of Pearls. Welcome to this week's episode where we teak the quarter deck. Hey, what's up, everybody? So we have really made a ton of progress. Sometimes my ambition gets the better of me. So I'm cleaning up, and we're cleaning up, and I had gotten a bunch of paint stains on the Teak Deck, and you can see that our Teak Deck is really stained and it just looks yucky. So I had started sanding that stuff off, and in doing so, look what I discovered is underneath. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Look how pretty. Look how just absolutely gorgeous it is. And so guess what? Guess what I'm gonna do? Yep. I'm gonna sand it all off. Yeah, nuts, right? So I'll check back with you a little later. Okay, there's that side done. I don't know, maybe that's roughly, I don't know, maybe that's half, maybe? Half to a third. Let's see what time it is. 11:30. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go run to Lowe's. 11:30. So I've been here since probably 8:30. It's about 3 hours. So I guess, well, I know there's some faster discs that I could go get. I don't want to take off any more material, but I do think I can go faster. And so I may go and see if there's something at Lowe's that I could get, but it'll take an hour to get out there and back, and maybe I should just keep sanding. So actually, I think I'll just keep sanding. Okay, bye. Okay, here we are about 2/3 of the way. no, I don't know, a little over halfway, definitely over halfway finished. And it looks really good. I've been talking to people about how to maintain this. Evidently what I've got to do is seal it and then put some kind of a, I want it to maintain this color. So I've got to put some kind of a clear varnish on it or something like that. Something that, I don't want to change the color. I really like the color. But look at the difference. See all the old yucky? See all the scratches in it? Look at that scratch. And see this. Now, I will say, you know, at least that under that varnish kind of protected it from scratches and things like that. And so we've got to be really careful on this Teak Deck until we, you know, until we get it done. But man, it is really pretty. I'm really going to like the looks of it. So I'm glad we're doing this. I'm stressed out because I really want it to be hard. This sanding is hard work. I don't like it. I hate it, in fact. But I'm making a lot of progress. You can see the stuff I have left, and I'll be really glad when it's done. I'll check back in. Well, hey everybody, let's get you an update on how we're doing here on our deck. We call this the quarter deck where I'm sitting, and I can give you a quick update on my sanding project. You know, I did not get to finish it before we went kind of back out on the water and stuff, and fortunately the guests understood that I didn't get it all done, but I really wanted to. But yeah, so I've been down here sanding today, and you can see kind of the progress a little bit. We've made decent progress. I'd say I'm a little over probably 2/3 finished. That's my dust collection system. I've got that taped. You'll love this. It's taped onto my sander. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. And so it's, you know, it's looking okay. It's gonna look great. And as I get finished with it, it's going to look really great. So I continue to be really excited about finishing this. I ordered a product from Jamestown Distributors that I'm going to use to seal it. And you know, I've been having a huge debate to myself. It looks like what was done in the past was varnish. I think that what I'm sanding off right now is varnish, and I've been reading a lot of stuff about, you know, what you should do with teak. And you know, teak is, from what I understand and read, is an oily wood, so you have to be careful about what you put on top of it, because if you put the wrong thing on top of it, it will it'll fail. You know, I've got the same thing coming up on my rails. So they have been varnished, and the varnish has not been maintained, and so I've got to completely redo them. I don't want to once I redo them, I don't want to redo them again. It's hard for me so we're in St. Simons Island, Georgia. It's a pretty hot place. It's not quite the tropics, you know, but the further south you go, the harder it is to maintain varnish, from what I understand. I am hoping that this product that I have found is an old product. It's not new. It's been around a long time, but I'm hoping that it is going to do what I want it to do. I don't necessarily need the most. So again, this is a work boat, not a show boat. There's tons of people on and off this boat all the time, so all this stuff gets touched all the time. If it was a show boat, it was undercover, and I had canvas covers for everything, that'd be one thing. But all my stuff is exposed, and people are rubbing it, hitting it. There's things being loaded and unloaded off the boat all the time. It's a working boat. You know, in the season, we go out every day. You know, we've got people on and off the boat every day. So I am hopeful that that what I'm going to apply is going to have a nice look and keep and preserve the wood make the wood look good, but at the same time, you know, it's only once or twice a year that I have to mess with it. And if I can get that, I'll be okay. So as soon as that stuff comes in, I'll show it to you and let you know what it is. But for now, back to sanding, and I'll try to show you when we get all done sanding. This sanding takes a long time. It takes forever. This wood is super hard, and you know, it just takes a long time. It's like driving on a really long trip. You know, it's not much to do while you're driving, but you know that the end of the journey will be worth it, and that's kind of where I am on this sanding project. So, but it's a nice day, a little partly cloudy, the wind's coming up a little bit, it's supposed to storm later this afternoon. So, see you in a little bit. Hey guys, here we are back on String of Pearls, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about this teak floor that we're working on. You know, the way that I like to try to do projects on this boat, if I've got something coming up that I'm about to go do, I tend to go and try to watch videos about it or learn all that I can about it, and then do it myself and just try to replicate kind of what I've seen. If there's some people that I think are pretty good, like Louis over at he Tips from a Shipwright, you know, is super. I mean, you know, he's incredible. You know, he's forgotten more stuff than I'll ever know about working on boats. And but one of the things that I couldn't find a whole lot about was what I'm doing right now, which is sanding down a teak deck that hasn't been sanded in a while, and kind of redoing that. There's a few videos out there, but none really that are kind of this application, where my deck is in the shade, it's covered, it gets a ton of traffic, and I couldn't really find a whole lot about that. So one of the videos that I did find, I'm doing kind of the same thing that he was doing. And so but my main objectives here is this teak deck is old. This teak deck is probably, well, I think it's probably original to the boat. So it's, you know, it's been here since 1957. And sanding it, I don't want to take off a lot of wood. I do not want to wear these boards down. I think that older teak decks, that's one of the things that they can happen over time if you sand them a bunch, and eventually sand all the wood away. I think probably when these were put down, they were probably only maybe a 1/4 inch thick, or maybe a little bit more than that. I don't think they were probably a 1/2 inch, but I mean, they may have been, I don't know. They're still really thick now, so I don't think that these have been sanded very much. So I do have a lot of wood to work with, but I am taking very little wood off of these boards as I'm sanding them. The caulking material that's in between them is in really good shape, and I don't see any problems. And the wood is in really good shape. I found a couple of problems, or just one or two, but I think they actually are okay. So like right here, so that's it looks like something got really dropped on that and cracked it, and I don't think I'm going to sand any more out of it than that. But you can really see the difference between, you know, where the old part and the new part, and how much better the new part looks. So you can see all these little scratches, and I'm getting all of those out of there, and when it's done, it's that. Now there's still some of these little black speckles in there, but I think that that's okay. And I think that looks all right. It doesn't look like a brand new teak floor. It looks like a teak floor that's, you know, been down since 1957. So, you know, I think that's okay. I like the way that it's looking. I'll tell you, it's a hard job. It has taken much longer than I thought it would. it's hard. You're having to bend over. You're on your hands and knees, and being on the hands and knees hurts my wrists more than anything. It hurts my wrists. So so that makes it a little bit hard. I've been using 80 grit. Well, I've been fluctuating between 60 grit and 80 grit. This is some 60 grit that I just got through with a little while ago, and it doesn't last really long, and this 80 grit paper doesn't last really long either. But I think that 40 is probably too aggressive. I don't want to put 40 on it. And then I think, depending on how it looks when I'm done and all that, I'm probably, or maybe, gonna come back over it with some lighter paper, just really briefly, just to get any swirl marks or anything else that might be under there. But it's coming along slowly. I hope to get it finished today. I don't know that I'll get it finished today, but I am trying to get it finished today. But regardless, it's a gorgeous day out here. We had some big storms come through yesterday evening. It's the way this pattern's been now for a little over a week, that we've had evening thunderstorms pretty much every day. And so I needed to be a period of no rain at all before I finish painting, because I can't have any paint, I can't have any rain hit the paint while it's curing. So anyway, so I am diligently sanding here, and hope to be finished here in the next day or so. Well, we've made some progress from the last time I filmed, but I'm out of 60 grit sandpaper discs, so I have to go run buy some more. The 80 grit just takes so long, and I go through them pretty fast. So I think that I'm going to go buy some 60 grit, maybe even 50. I've got this last little section here to do, and you know, I'm just trying to get it wrapped up here, but the rest of it looks, you know, it looks really good. I can't wait to get the sealer on it so that it has some protection, but I think it looks really good. You know, I've had a couple of people say, you know, just ought to let it go gray, but I think that I need to protect it. We have people that are having wine and little snacks and stuff, and if they spill it, it'll stain, and I don't want to have to sand it every time it stains. So I think I'm going to put a sealer on it. So all right, I'll be back when I get back from the store. So I'm back from the store, and so this is a little bit disappointing. All they were sold out of most everything. All they have are these 36 grit discs, which is more aggressive than I wanted. I didn't want to go that low, but that's all I got. So I'm gonna try them and just go real lightly. If it looks like it's scratching it up too much, I'll change to something else. So I'll just try that for now and see how it works. Just that one little section left to go. Well, that's it. Well, that feels good to be done with that. I think it looks just absolutely amazing. So I am really, really pleased with that. Well, I'm glad that's over with. That took all day to get that done. I'll get all this stuff moved back. But man, it makes such a big difference. Yay me. Okay. Alright, well that's good that we got that done. I'm gonna have a beer and go home.